Oh yeah, that's right. These games exist.
I thought we were done with this ape. Whoa.
Nope, not quite. It's time for some Donkey Kong Land.
That devil lamb face is gonna haunt my nightmares.
You know, because I'm Randy.
Tell him to.
Yeah, it's just like, hey.
Oh, that's right. I don't think she's aware of that gag, is she?
No, I was there for that gag.
Oh, you were.
Okay,
Oh, that's
okay.
right. You were with us for one of the tropical freeze area parts. But whatever. That said, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our look at on Donkey Kong Land for the Game Boy. Basically, Rare's attempt to try and put the ultra colorful, ultra CG greatness from the original Super Nintendo game and squash it down to a Game Boy game.
Basically, as I like to refer to it, the land of donuts.
Yeah. So here's our lovable. So yeah, like it's basically Donkey Kong Country on the Game Boy, but it's not just that. Like there's a little more to it than that. Like,
And he's flying up to the heavens.
yeah. Rest in peace, old Diddy.
Okay, but yeah, you said something about Cranky?
So yeah, this all started because of a dumb bet Cranky made to DK and Diddy.
I thought it was a bet he made to Karoo.
Because like Cranky's. Well, no, he made the bet. Technically, he made the bet to DK and Diddy. It's like, oh, you guys had it so swell with the success of your colorful 16-bit game, but you wouldn't last even a day on an 8-bit system.
And is that what the manual literally says?
Yes, he literally got contacted K. Rool to literally re-steal the banana horn, and DK and Diddy are going out again to get them back in nothing short of 2 to 5 colors.
Wow.
This reminds me of this. This reminds me of. It was like something that happened in like the N64 manual where Cranky Kong in general has always been like so ticked off at players.
Oh no,
Yeah.
that's pretty much he's been doing that for every manual he's starred in, like with the country games and 64. Now, Donkey Kong Land doesn't quite work the exact same way as the original Donkey Kong Country, because, for example, saving your game requires you to get all the Kong letters.
Oh dang!
Uh-huh.
So if you don't get all the Kong letters, you're stuck.
Yep.
What else?
So
I also
actually-
noticed. Nice.
Just real quick, if that's
Wow.
the function that they serve now, how exactly do you get extra lives then?
You get extra lives from. Oh, don't mind me. I just got killed by a pig with wings.
And then in through a tornado comes Diddy.
Yep,
Hello,
it
Diddy.
has come from heaven. But anyway, no. You get lives from getting 100 bananas as per the norm, and actually, I think that's about it.
Okay.
Oh jeez!
And I mean, honestly, this still managed to do better. My people need me. So,
Oh!
hey, that made
Meanwhile-
that made no sense. We saved Donkey Kong.
Yeah, but he came down with us.
Whoops.
Ow.
Wait, so if you fall down a pit, it's permadeath?
Yeah, it's instant death. Well, it's always been like that in the country games.
Huh.
But anyway, yeah, you get your coins you get your lives from bananas. You get your Kong letters help you save your game. I don't remember exactly what the point of the DK and Diddy coins are. I really wish I remember. Well, you know what? Let me look up a wiki on that. You guys enjoy the show.
Okay, I was gonna say, and still the soundtrack managed to do better justice to the original songs than the Game Boy Advance versions.
You're never gonna live that down, are
At
you?
least this feels like its own style / cover, and not trying to squash the song into the like. This one feels more like they kind of try to retool it from the ground up, and less like the Game Boy Advance games where they literally it felt like they just try to squash it into the cartridge with a plunger.
Okay, so from what Mario Wiki is telling me, the Kong tokens are another common type of item in the game. They are found all over every level, mainly in bonus levels. Once the Kongs collect some of these special coins, they can exchange them for extra lives in certain bonus areas.
Okay,
That's
so,
it.
So it's a currency. Okay.
More or less. I guess gotta make some way to ow. Oh! That's one thing I do like about Donkey Kong Land. Like with DK and Diddy, when they die, they literally just they just spin out of existence or they fall off the stage.
Yeah.
There's more I can definitely give than the original Donkey Kong Country.
Nice. I mean, it is an interesting way how they managed to take the original 3D models and basically downgrade them, and it worked, I think.
Yeah, I mean, all things considered for a Game Boy game, it's not bad. But, the controls aren't... The physics of this game aren't quite as solid as, the Super Nintendo games. They do take some getting used to.
Okay.
But otherwise, they're pretty solid 2D platformers for the Game Boy.
What are the hearts we're collecting?
They're your
Extra
lives.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, I was wondering that at first, but then I realized that the number increased whenever he got... yeah, see the balloon there? He got that.
Gotcha. Oh, careful.
Which, looking back on it, I'm convinced that's a carryover from the Game Boy Battletoads game.
It does
Because I think it had that exact same graphic.
And I'm assuming the big sparkly things are checkpoints.
Yep. The sparkly little circles with the 1-up on them. I mean, say what you will about Donkey Kong Land compared to the country games, at least it has a personality all its own. Which is more than I can say for the sequels.
So,
Gotcha.
Jordy, what is your experience with Donkey Kong been?
Let me think for a second. I mean, the first time I remember seeing him was in Super Smash Brothers because, well, I'm not much of a Nintendo... Well, I'm a little bit of a Nintendo fan, not much of it, but,
This song.
Oh, no.
Yep,
But-
there it is.
Anyways, I remember seeing him in Smash Brothers, and then I think it was a little later on I realized he was part of a Mario game because of the first one, and I was like, oh, okay.
And then she hears Mario game and then suddenly hisses.
One of the big things that I really liked about Donkey Kong, and I hope people don't, bash at me for saying this, I really liked the old Donkey Kong cartoons. Legend of the Crystal Coconut.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, Legend of the Crystal
That was
Coconut.
basically like a whole...
Here comes the drums.
Yeah, Legend of the Crystal Coconut is basically 3 episodes kind of smushed together, although... it's
Oh,
kind of an old-
yeah.
But although I just want to say, the way they organize them is a bit weird, because the second episode they air actually references an episode that comes right after that.
Yeah, it does.
And it's very obvious.
Oh, yeah.
No, but that's pretty much my experience with Donkey Kong in a nutshell.
That's
Okay. Well, I mean, the cartoon, I know we said it before, and talked about before, and I guess we'll talk about it again, but, I don't think it's a terrible show. It's just that for someone who's pretty much played the Donkey Kong games, especially nowadays, looking back on them just feels so weird.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah, a lot of that
little.
has to do with the...
It feels like one of those impressive yet very dated and corny cartoons.
Well,
I
that's...
can see that.
Yeah, that's kind of, a lot of it just has to do with the fact that it was, as far as I know, one of the first major, completely CGI shows made, which I'll give it credit as innovative in that regard, and I do think that there is kind of a charm in how
Especially-
kind of corny and awkward it is.
Yeah, I mean, it also helps, too, that the voice acting is actually pretty decent.
Yeah, definitely.
And some of the songs are freaking catchy, at least.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes. One of my favorites is The Mirror Never Lies.
That one's pretty good.
I'm with Hype, and I Gotta Get It Back, Take It Back.
It's like,
Oh, yeah,
I like
that was good too.
I was a class.
Alright.
Oh, that's what he use bombs for. I like freaking one of my favorite songs is freaking the booty.
Getting the,
Oh, yeah,
getting
the booty
that. We're
booty.
doing the booty. It has a, for as corny as some of the songs are, a good handful of them are actually legitimately catchy, like the ones we mentioned. One where, I think it's an episode where Candy's running the Barrel Factory for the day, she has 2 songs. The first one she sings is actually legitimately, catchy, just on how, jazzy big band it is.
It just had all this big I guess people could just. I've heard some people describe the show as misplaced genius or misplaced talent, or you have all these really cool ideas, but then it's all this cool stuff. What's it for? A Donkey Kong CG cartoon. Well,
and that's just me
that-
jumping off, realizing that the rope was there.
I was saying that there is pretty much what people usually do after they hear that there was a. Okay, well that's right. That blended in,
Yeah, that
Yeah,
did
it
blend in.
blended
I
in with the
couldn't
background.
see it.
Yeah,
and this is the problem of limited colors.
Yeah, because I'm not gonna lie, some of these are kind of starting to hurt my eyes a little.
Sorry.
It's a limited color palette.
It's
I mean,
monochromatic.
Is this compatible with the Game Boy Color?
It is. Well, you can play it on pretty much any Game Boy type system.
Okay.
That being said, I think it might have also has some enhancements with the Super Game Boy, but don't quote me on that.
I wouldn't be
Oh,
surprised.
crap.
What?
And
What
within
happened?
Within an instant, his life was over. Are we going to the first boss and then stopping there, or...?
Yeah, that's pretty much where I'm stopping.
Alright, off to Naughty.
Not.
Better be the first boss.
Actually, Naughty is not the first boss.
Wait, what?
Oh?
Again, the structure for Donkey Kong Land is actually a bit of a far cry from the original Donkey Kong Country. Like, the bosses are somewhat different. The locales you go through are in a very different order. In fact, there's some locales that are actually exclusive to Donkey Kong Land. Whereas, well,
yeah.
you know what? That's actually something I'll give like the very original Donkey Kong Land. Again, it's it's a very unique Donkey Kong Country type of experience. Whereas like Donkey Kong Lands 2 and 3 are very much, well, very minorly altered versions of their 16-bit predecessors.
Okay. Oh, and then to explain for Jordy real quick, Naughty, it's gnaw as in spell
beaver.
like G-N-A. Yeah, like as into like gnaw as in like to nibble or bite on something.
Ah.
So it's not T, the beaver.
Gotcha. Okay.
Oh god.
Oh gosh. Those things they're a lot. Those things are too fast, I think, in this version.
They've always been too fast.
I thought I saw a claptrap earlier.
Yeah,
You did. I think this is the stage that introduces them.
They eat
Yeah, I do
anything in
remember owning-
sight.
But yeah, I do remember owning this game, and I don't know if this ever had a sequel.
Oh no! I just said that Donkey Kong Land had 2 sequels.
Yeah, based
I
off the
got
2
you.
games.
they were all-
Sidetracked.
Based off of Donkey Kong Countries 2 and 3 respectively.
It's just that look was like, I ascend.
I am above all, Banana Slammer.
Cranky beam us up.
The Inca Dinkajou
Okay.
is strong in him.
I saw an image of, honestly, it's gonna be completely out of place here, but I guess some monkeys do it, so I guess it kind of can be relevant that way. I saw a image post like on Reddit or something, but it was like for it was probably one of the most funny original bathroom stall graffiti ideas I'd ever seen in a while.
Really?
In a while.
So, I've seen a couple funny ones where it's like for a good time, please break down door of the manager. Police will be there to escort you to the good time within seconds, or something like that. It said, and I was like, "Ah, that's pretty funny." No,
Nice.
but this one that someone wrote, someone found it on a stall, and then this guy then posted photos. Awesome. So it said, it was written in a permanent marker, as these usually are, and it was it read the following: Scotty, no, do not beam me up. I'm in the middle of taking and then right when it got to the I in that word, it just suddenly the trail just suddenly like went up to the ceiling.
Jesus. Poor guy.
I was like,
Poor Scotty. He only had to take an Irish dump.
it was just so.
jeez.
It was just
Take a
like,
chim.
Scotty, no. I was like, Scotty, no, don't. I'm in the middle to get I was like, okay, I'll get. Oh, look at that bird that's far away but frozen in time.
Yeah, it's like...
Assuming that's a bird.
It's so astonished by the fact we can play
In my
such CG greatness on a tiny portable.
Off he went.
And then you look at games today and you see like freaking Donkey Kong Country Returns 3D on the 3DS, or more importantly, Tropical Freeze on the Switch.
Soon.
That funky new update will be here before we know it.
Well, I hope there's more to it than just a new character.
I think that's the
Yeah.
most that they're going to add on to it. Although they could, if nothing else, they might also expand on the very last
The
world.
hidden temple area.
Yeah,
Like
the
what
hidden
they did in
temple
Balloon
area.
World.
Yeah.
Like, not Balloon
One
World,
thing
what they
I'm
did in
hoping the more I
Returns.
think about it is... One thing I'm hoping the more I think about it is, do you remember that old the concept art that they had in the game where it shows like some deleted levels and one of them's like a moon level?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
They could do that.
Yeah.
We could go back.
They could transcend to the next level.
And
Yeah,
again,
there's
I'm just...
that.
with the whole Funky mode, it just gets me wondering, like, if they're gonna have Funky as a playable character and be like the most broken thing in the entire Devil Land franchise, who's gonna be running the shops now?
Funky?
Candy.
Why not?
Okay, maybe. I guess I think what it is that Funky might be just be his his own exclusive mode.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I assume he's probably not going to be a. My guess is he's not going to be one you find in barrels. He's going to be just whenever, like, you know how when you beat a level afterwards, you can, or maybe it's not. I don't know if you get access to it immediately after beating a level, or you have to, complete the challenge mode first. But it's the version where you can start playing through levels as just one Kong alone. I
get the feeling, given how much they advertised it, it's probably going to be available from the get-go.
Okay.
Like, it's pretty much going to be this game's easy mode.
But hands down, I still think Tropical Freeze was one of the best Donkey Kong games in a while.
I agree.
It's a great time.
Assuming
you don't mind how broken Dixie is.
But I look forward to playing it again. The music, the locales. What was I gonna say? But I look forward to it. I look forward to them doing some good stuff with it. And who knows? Maybe they would add on some new features that Returns added.
Yeah, like some more stages.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, but I just realized I'm not looking forward to doing some of those Kong Temple stages again.
Yeah. Assuming you're going to be the one recording it.
Wait.
I'm not going to record. No, I'm just saying.
I'm not re-recording it. Well, to be fair, I already called dibs on him. I already called dibs on doing the look out of the Funky mode.
Right, and I'm fine. But I do know I'll probably do a call and stream it again because I enjoy.
Actually, you know what?
I want to play it.
It's fun. I just realized, considering one of the gimmicks of Funky mode is that he could use his board to stand on spikes, wouldn't that pretty much get rid of the challenge in half of the Kong temples?
Yeah, it would.
In some of them. Not all. The bombless pits ones are still an issue.
Remember, he can double jump, he can hover, he can go through... He's pretty much all the three Kongs put into one.
He can hover, he can double jump, he can stand on spikes, he can pick you up from the airport after you've had a long day.
Get out of here, bubblegum chewing piece of shit.
Which, I think... It's like, a part of me is kind of wondering if that's the case, although I get the feeling they're going to try to balance it out and pull some BS, like, oh, you can't play as Funky in the Kong temples.
What the?
I don't know. I mean, they didn't do that. They didn't do that for the easy mode for the Deep Returns 3D.
So sorry, Jordy. We're kind of leaving you in the blank on this.
Shit.
It's fine. I don't care.
Remember that butt naked cool Kong from the show.
I also remember
Funky
the suave
from the cartoon.
I also remember the suave mustache Kong.
Ugh.
Oh, you
Oh
mean
yeah,
Bluster.
Bluster.
Fuck Bluster.
Bluster was
he's
so
kind of a jerk.
egotistical.
Yeah.
Take
That's
that
like for
Leo
certain
Luster shit out of here.
Yeah, that's
No,
what
I
I was
do like
thinking
that
of when
song
you were
personally.
thinking of cool Kongs.
No, I was just talking about Funky, like that tan fur, the butt nakedness of it all.
Right.
The Jamaican
Yeah,
accent.
that's what we've been talking about all this time. Funky Kong.
That's Funky
I
Kong.
like Funky.
Except now imagine if Funky Kong was voiced by Jar Jar Binks, and that's the guy we're dealing with in Tropical Freeze.
No.
No, basically,
N-O
no,
spells
it's not.
no.
I'm
It's
literally
not-
saying some of the sound effects he set up.
Oh.
Some of the sounds he says that like he sounds like that when you go into the shop. I'm like, that's Jar Jar Binks.
Ugh. At least he's not nearly as offensive as Jar Jar.
Oh
Yeah, it's kind
What
of hard to
happened
top
there?
Jar Jar in that regard.
No, please don't.
Oh well.
She hates that movie as much as we do.
So did you ever?
Well, I've never
actually
seen
beat-
that movie, but I know
So
about
you-
Jar Jar.
So did you ever actually beat this game, James?
I have not. Like, this game is tough. Like, tougher than the original game, I'd say.
Huh? Because limited palette, you can't see what you're
Limited palette along with... limited palette, crushed... Yeah, if it wasn't me, freaking obvious.
Oh no.
Yeah, this part drove me nuts. But,
Yeah.
just... I mean, the cramped space, the limited colors... yeah, this game was definitely a ball buster, but again, it's easily the most unique of the Donkey Kong Land games. And, actually, speaking of which, this is technically the game that sort of spawned what would eventually become New Donk City.
New
Really?
Donk City.
Yeah,
No.
for Mario Odyssey.
Wait, I thought
Okay.
it was Donkey Kong 94 that did that.
Well...
Oh, you
this...
missed a letter.
Yeah.
Nah, at this point I just
well.
don't care. I want to get out!
So James, did Donkey Kong Land 2 and 3, were those then respectively based or inspired then by Country 2 and 3?
Yeah. I mean, they had the same characters and everything.
Manta
This
rays.
is the boss.
Yeah, and honestly, I don't know what the fuck it's supposed to be.
This
They
sounds
look like
when I was a
man
kid, I was
rays.
It looks like a manta ray. I used to think it was a kite.
Yeah, and I thought it was a ghost, but yeah, that's literally just the manta ray from.
Yeah, I meant
Wow.
manta ray. Whoops.
And I swear, it could just be me, but with the way this thing's shaded, you swear like the stars on Diddy's shirt are practically part of its pattern.
Yeah.
It could
Kind
just
of,
be,
yeah.
But yeah, this is the boss. And actually, for those of you that have ever played an N64 game called Blast Corps, the boss theme is pretty much reused
Oh,
in that
nice. I remember Blast Core.
game. And
Oh.
suddenly Diddy's in the city of Atlantis.
Wow.
Oh wow.
Outrageous, even.
How many worlds are there?
Just 4.
Okay.
It's a bit shorter than the original game, but again, it makes up for that for somewhat harder difficulty. And unfortunately, Diddy's gonna have to remain lost in Atlantis, for that's the end of the video.
Oh,
Oh well.
So I hope you guys enjoyed that little look at. If you want to give this game a shot for yourselves, it is available on the 3DS Virtual Console. And yeah, that's pretty much the best place to look for it. And yeah, on that note, I'm JamesmanXtreme.
Lucky Jack 20.
Jordan the Cat 11.
To know everything.
Is to give up everything.
I'm gonna give up on being here. Bye bye.
Now I have this image in my head of the characters are like talking to one another. It's like to understand everything, but Eddie already understand everything. And like he's in the temple.
Night.
All right.
See you guys.
Bye.